Pull down the skin under your jaw right now. Pinch it, let it go. Did it spring back into place, or did it hang there a second too long before settling? That lag, that little delay before your skin remembers where it's supposed to sit, that's not just getting older. That's collagen dying in real time. Here's what's actually happening. Every year past 50, your body activates more of an enzyme called MMP1, matrix metalloproteinase 1. Its entire job is to chew through collagen. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't slow down for sunscreen or vitamin C serum. It just keeps cutting the structural fibers that hold your face up, strand by strand, until the scaffolding underneath your skin gives out and gravity takes over. That's why your jawline blurs. That's why your cheeks start to slide toward your chin. That's why the mirror at 62 looks nothing like the mirror at 45, even if your weight hasn't changed at all. A woman came to see me last spring, 68 years old. She'd spent 4 years and, by her own count, over $2,000 on retinol creams, peptide serums, and one of those LED masks that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. She stood in my office, held the skin along her neck, and just said, "None of it holds." She was right, because creams sit on top of the skin. The stratum corneum, the outer layer, is built specifically to keep things out. Most cream molecules are too large to get past it, so they hydrate the surface, they make things look plumper for a few hours, and then MMP1 keeps right on cutting underneath, completely undisturbed. There are 5 oils that work differently. They're small enough to actually penetrate the skin barrier, and each one interferes with the collagen breakdown process at a different point. In this video, I'm ranking all 5 from least to most powerful. Stick around, because the oil at number 1 was matched head to head against a prescription strength retinoid in a clinical trial, and it tightened skin without a single day of the redness or peeling retinol causes. Every study is linked below. Also, tell me what country you're watching from in the comments. I read every single one. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, rosehip seed oil, the collagen primer. Rosehip oil comes from the seeds of wild rose bushes, and it's loaded with natural vitamin C along with a compound called trans-retinoic acid, which is chemically related to the active ingredient in prescription retinoids, just far gentler. A study out of a dermatology research group in Chile applied rosehip oil to surgical scars over 12 weeks and found a measurable improvement in tissue elasticity and a visible reduction in redness and discoloration compared to untreated skin. Vitamin C is essential here because your body cannot build new collagen without it. It's a required cofactor for the enzyme that assembles collagen strands in the first place. Without enough of it, your fibroblasts, the cells responsible for producing collagen, simply can't finish the job. Rosehip oil also contains linoleic and linolenic acids, fatty acids that reinforce the skin barrier itself, so the barrier is less permeable to the environmental stress that triggers MMP1 activity in the first place. To use it, warm a few drops between your palms and pat it directly onto cleansed skin, focusing on the jawline, neck, and under eye area. Do this every night before bed. Give it 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use before expecting to see the skin along your jaw hold its shape longer through the day. It's the gentlest oil on this list, which makes it the right place to start, but the next oil works on a completely different part of the aging process. Number 4, frankincense oil, the tightener. Frankincense has been used on skin for thousands of years, but modern research has finally caught up to why it works. Its main active compounds are boswellic acids, and a study published in a phytotherapy research journal found that boswellic acid extract measurably improved skin elasticity and reduced the appearance of fine lines in postmenopausal women after 8 weeks of topical application. What makes frankincense unique on this list is its astringent property. It causes a gentle temporary contraction of surface tissue, which is part of why people describe an immediate tightening sensation after applying it, even before any structural collagen change has happened. But it's not just a temporary trick. Boswellic acids also inhibit inflammatory pathways in the skin, and chronic low-grade inflammation, something researchers now call inflammaging, is one of the biggest accelerators of MMP1 activity. Calm the inflammation and you slow the enzyme that's cutting your collagen. For application, mix 3 to 4 drops of frankincense essential oil with a tablespoon of a carrier oil like jojoba, since frankincense is too concentrated to apply undiluted. Massage it upward along the jawline and neck, always moving against the direction of sag, for about 2 minutes. Use it in the morning under sunscreen or at night as part of your routine. Most people notice the skin along the jaw and neck feels firmer to the touch within 2 to 3 weeks, with more visible changes in overall tone by week 6. Before we go further, if this is useful, take a second and hit subscribe. What's coming up is where this list gets serious. Number 3, pomegranate seed oil, the enzyme blocker. This is where we start directly targeting the villain behind sagging skin. Pomegranate seed oil is rich in a compound called punicic acid, and a study published in a nutrition and skin research journal found that punicic acid directly inhibits MP1 activity in skin tissue samples, cutting collagen breakdown by a significant margin compared to untreated tissue. Read that again. This isn't just an antioxidant that mops up damage after it happens. It interferes with the enzyme itself the same way saw palmetto interferes with the enzyme that produces DHT in hair loss. It's cutting the problem off at the source instead of chasing the symptoms. Pomegranate seed oil also stimulates fibroblasts, the collagen-producing cells, encouraging them to work faster to replace what's being lost. A separate trial testing topical pomegranate extract on women aged 45 to 65 found a measurable increase in epidermal thickness after 12 weeks, which matters because thinning skin is exactly what makes sagging and wrinkling more visible in the first place. For best results, look for cold-pressed pomegranate seed oil, which will have a deep gold color and a slightly tart, fruity smell. Apply about half a teaspoon to clean skin each night, concentrating on the areas where sagging is most visible, typically the jawline, the nasolabial folds, and the neck. Massage in upward, circular motions for 3 minutes to improve absorption and circulation at the same time. Leave it on overnight. Most people using this consistently notice skin starting to feel more resilient, less creepy by week 6 with visible firmness improvements by month 3. This is where the science stops being subtle, but the next oil brings in an entirely different mechanism, one most people have never heard of in skincare. Number 2, carrot seed oil, the regenerator. Carrot seed oil is extracted from the seeds, not the root, and it's exceptionally rich in carotenoids and a compound called carotol, which has demonstrated strong antioxidant activity against the specific type of oxidative stress that accelerates skin aging. A study evaluating carrot seed oil's effects on skin found that regular topical application improved skin's antioxidant capacity and reduced markers of oxidative damage after just a few weeks of use. Oxidative stress matters here because free radicals generated by sun exposure, pollution, and simply the passage of time directly activate MP1. More oxidative stress means more enzyme activity means faster collagen breakdown. Carrot seed oil interrupts that entire chain reaction before it starts. It also has a documented effect on cell turnover, encouraging the skin to shed old, damaged surface cells faster and replace them with newer ones, which is part of why regular users report a visible brightening and evening of skin tone alongside the tightening effect. For application, mix 4 to 5 drops of carrot seed essential oil into a tablespoon of a lightweight carrier oil like sweet almond or grapeseed. Apply after cleansing, focusing on sun-damaged areas, typically the cheeks, forehead, and backs of the hands, since those areas show the fastest visible response. Use it once daily, ideally at night, since some carotenoid-rich oils increase temporary sun sensitivity. Give it 4 weeks for the antioxidant effect to build and start slowing visible aging, with firming effects typically noticeable by week 6 to 8. It's a powerhouse most people have simply never been told about. But our number 1 oil isn't just powerful. It's the only one on this list proven in a real clinical trial to match a prescription drug. Number 1, bakuchiol oil, the retinol rival. Bakuchiol comes from the seeds of the bapchi plant, and it has become one of the most studied natural skincare compounds of the last decade for one simple reason. It activates the same skin receptors as retinol, the gold standard prescription ingredient for collagen stimulation, without the irritation. A landmark clinical trial published in the British Journal of Dermatology compared bakuchiol directly against retinol over 12 weeks in participants with visible signs of photoaging. The results showed statistically equivalent improvements in wrinkle depth and skin elasticity between the two groups. Equivalent. But here's the difference that matters most for people over 50 with sensitive, thinning skin. The retinol group reported significantly more skin scaling and stinging sensations, while the bakuchiol group reported almost none. For skin that's already fragile, that difference is the reason so many people quit retinol within the first month and never see the results they were promised. Bakuchiol works by binding to the same retinoic acid receptors in skin cells that retinol activates, signaling fibroblasts to ramp up collagen and elastin production. But it also has a second, faster mechanism that gives it the tightening effect people notice almost immediately. It draws moisture into the upper layers of the dermis, causing a temporary but visible plumping and smoothing of surface texture within hours of application, which is why so many users describe visibly firmer, tighter looking skin the very next morning, even though the deeper collagen rebuilding takes weeks to fully develop. That's the combination that makes it different from every other oil on this list, an immediate visible effect layered on top of a genuine structural one. For use, apply 2 to 3 drops of bakuchiol oil to clean, slightly damp skin every night, patting rather than rubbing it in to help lock in moisture. Focus on the jawline, neck, and any area where sagging is most pronounced. Because bakuchiol is gentler than retinol, it can typically be used nightly without a break in period, though starting every other night for the first week is a reasonable precaution for very sensitive skin. Always follow with sunscreen the next morning, since new skin cell turnover can increase sun sensitivity. Most people notice that immediate next morning tightness within the first day or two, with visible improvements in fine lines and jaw definition building steadily by week 4, and the most dramatic changes typically appearing between week 8 and week 12, matching the timeline from the clinical data. One more thing worth knowing, bakuchiol pairs exceptionally well with pomegranate seed oil, since one is rebuilding collagen through the retinoic acid pathway, while the other is directly blocking the enzyme that destroys it. Many people mix a few drops of each into their nightly routine for what amounts to attacking the problem from both directions at once. So there it is, rosehip oil laying the foundation with vitamin C at number 5, frankincense tightening and calming inflammation at number 4, pomegranate seed oil blocking the exact enzyme responsible for collagen breakdown at number 3, carrot seed oil shutting down the oxidative stress that fuels it all at number 2, and bakuchiol oil at number 1, matching a prescription retinoid in a real clinical trial while tightening skin visibly within a day. Your skin didn't start sagging overnight, and it won't tighten back overnight either, except for that first noticeable difference bakuchiol gives you the very next morning. But stay consistent with these oils, and the science says your skin will respond. If this helped you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching.